what's up? This is Dolphin Man. I'm here bringing you today on a video about the Tesla Coil. Today I'll be showing you what it is, how to make it, how to use it as a setup, and a prime example of what it can be used. Alright, so this is a Tesla Coil right here. It's a tier 2 machine block, which means it only takes in about 128 EU. Anything above that will make it blow up, which isn't good. And it can accept an MFSU, but in order to use it with an MFSU, you need to use it with this. And this is a not a high voltage, medium voltage transformer, which converts it to medium voltage, aka 128 EU. And you can use it with an MFSU, an MFE, and a bat box. And it'll accept all forms of cables, as long as the energy being put into them are not, isn't exceeding 128 EU. So we got some fiber, some gold, some copper. You can use low voltage, anything else. Alright, it's turning the nighttime. Let's go and to today real quick. Alright, that always happens. Alright, in order to make this, you need a machine block, you need a multi-transformer, electronic circuit. In order to get a machine block, you need 9 refined iron in a square similar to a furnace. In order to get refined iron, you need to put 9 iron in a furnace. Any kind of furnace will do. And you use that machine block with 2x insulated gold cables. Now to make 2x insulated gold cables, you just need gold wiring and you need 2 pieces of rubber. And you put them on the left or the right side and you'll get this. Lastly, you need some 6 copper cables, some refined iron, and a redstone. I'm not going to go over about the copper cables because those are very simple. And this is a very simple, very cheap thing to make. And you need 5 redstone, medium voltage transformer, 2 refined iron on the side, 1 electronic circuit, and you get this. Oh, and I forgot to mention, in order to retrieve Tesla Coil, you need to use an electric wrench. Alright, so now that we covered what it is, how to use it, and all that stuff, you're going to show us 3 out of 4 steps. The 4th step requires a nuclear reactor. And I don't want to get into that because I'm not a scientist, but that's beside the point. So, as you can see here, I have red wool along this, and that helps remind me that the Tesla Coil is somewhat of a fixed AOE. And if you don't know that, that's area of effect. So basically, within any 4 blocks around it, like 1, 2, 3, 4. So this whole area, any corner, anything enters it, it will kill it automatically. There are some exceptions. Most passive and aggressive mobs will die in 1 hit, but alright. Anyway, let's get to the 3 setups. So the first setup is a Tesla Coil hooked up to a bat box, hooked up to a low voltage solar array. Alright. So it takes about 10,336 EU to charge. Once fully charged, it will emit a deadly pulse that will kill you instantly. But that's not happening to me since I'm wearing quantum armor, which helps a lot. And there are 4 ways of powering it. Here are 2 of the 4. The other 2 are using redstone wire with pressure plate or using redstone torch. And I would honestly recommend using lever or pressure plate because a button you need to hit. Whoops, hold on 1 second. You need to hit once. You need to hit it twice. And then it starts to kick in. So again, recommend using a lever and a pressure plate. Alright, we have the second setup, which takes about 10,240 EU to charge. Tesla Coil hooked up with 2x gold insulated cables, hooked up to an MFE, and to a medium voltage solar array. And if you're wondering how I got this, all I did was unplug the power source, turned it on, turned it back off, and see how much energy it took. And I did the math, and I took the maximum minus the current, and that's what I got. Alright, the third out of the 4th setup is I don't know what I was going to assign. Let's say Tesla Coil is a Tesla Coil hooked up with gold insulated cables, hooked up to a medium voltage transformer, which is then hooked up through glass fiber cables, hooked up to an MFSU, more glass fiber cables, and a high voltage solar array. You must have this hooked up or else it will blow up, which is very, very bad. And it takes about 9,856 EU to charge. Let me turn it on. I want to talk to you guys about something. It emits kind of a weird amount of EU. But what I want to talk to you about is the amount of EU that is expelled out from these has nothing to do with how much damage it does. The only thing that matters is what armor you're wearing and how charged one of the 3 tiers of machine storage units are. Sorry. If it's charging and it has a low amount of energy, it's not going to do much damage. Alright, so I'm going to give you a bit of an example of what it can do. Spawn some cows, spawn some skeletons. Alright, and so this is what I was talking about, having a lever hooked up with some redstone wiring, having a Tesla coil right here. I spawn 1, 2, 3, 4 cows, and we're going to flip the switch, give it a second, and they're all dead. And the Tesla coil does not prioritize targets. And again, you can see I have this here set up. 4x4 area. It will take you down unless you're wearing certain kind of armor. But I'll post that in the description later, and the time it takes to die with, or the time it takes to kill with each individual armor. Alright, so now for a more practical use, you can use the Tesla coil as illustrated up here, and it's hooked up to an MFE, and it's almost nighttime, and we're just gonna do that. So okay, I have Tesla coil hooked up with glass fiber cables, hooked up to a fully charged MFE with a medium voltage solar array with redstone going down here and here, and a skeleton spawner right in there. And this is about 8x8. So basically what I have is set up here is whoops, why am I getting? I need to get in position. So I can just hit this right here. You can see it. It kills them all. Hit right here. Where's that loot? Anyway, oh, there we go. Ah, I can't get it. Oh well. But you do get the concept that it can be set up like this to where it can be used as part of a mob grinder instead of a lava blade, or you can use it with passive mobs as well for a cow pig grinder or anything like that. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, feel free to ask them. Dolphin Man out.